Chaos after the intervention. I keep telling you time and again that you will experience an incredible chaos due to my intervention. The forces of nature will get completely out of control, leaving you unable to think. Only my own will be able to pray to me, although these will only be desperate prayers by sending short, pleading thoughts to me, but I will hear them and protect them from the worst. Yet everything will become disorderly, and people will be thrown into bitter states of adversity. And this will already signify the end for many, because they will lose their life, although it is not yet the end of this world. However, before the final end, I will still try to rescue what will allow itself to be rescued. I want to reveal myself to those of weak faith so that they will call upon me in their need and receive obvious help, so that their faith will be strengthened, and they will still be helpful to me when the earth's last phase begins. And I assure you that it will almost be too much for the individual, and only one will be able to give you strength and send you help if you call upon this one in dire need. But you humans cannot be spared this intervention, for it is a last attempt to save the souls who are still without or of little faith. When they see no other way out, people can nevertheless still remember their God and Creator, a power above them which alone is able to help. Once the huge natural disaster is over, the adversity will not end, and the chaos will constantly increase. And then it will show where there is still a living faith, for this alone will master all adversity. Anyone with a living faith will completely entrust himself to me, and truly, I will not let his faith be destroyed. Time and again he will be helped, and he will also try to lead his fellow human beings into faith, and depending on their will and personal inclination to help, they, too, will receive help, for the desperate situation will motivate actions of love, and thus will have fulfilled its purpose of awakening neighborly love, which, again, guarantees that I will give people my love and the strength to deal with their situation. You, who belong to me and want to fulfill my will and be of service to me, truly need not fear this time of adversity, for your constant bond with me assures you my protection and a great extent of strength. Besides, I will also need you again to spread my gospel of love, which will then be extremely necessary, for once again people will display their nature and only a few will be helpful and assist their fellow human beings, and they, too, will be helped time and again, of which they can be certain. But, on the whole, ever greater selfish love will surface, and people will ruthlessly take what does not belong to them in order to improve their living conditions. The aggressive person will prevail and want to ruin the weak. And this will particularly characterize this time of hardship and reveal that humanity is ready for its downfall. Nevertheless, my own shall always rely on the fact that I know of their difficulties and will also remedy them, for, truly, everything is possible for me, and I will also take care of your earthly lives and provide the most remarkable help so that your faith will become ever more alive, and with the power of faith you will prevail over everything and yet cannot be overcome by your enemies. You may well believe that this time is approaching. After all, I am still using all means of help to win over souls who are not yet entirely enslaved by my adversary. I also want to reveal myself in my love and power to them as soon as their faith is a living one, for conventional faith will be completely abandoned, since it is not a convinced faith, which remains steadfast during such earthly hardship. And all those who previously had reveled in an excess of earthly possessions will be bitterly affected by this hardship, as the transience of earthly possessions is visibly brought home to them. And the effect depends on their soul's maturity. They will either take refuge with God and appeal to Him for help, or try using their own strength to succeed at the expense of their neighbor, because they lack love, or they would take the path to me. This time of adversity will make great demands on you humans, nevertheless you will survive it with my help. Therefore, ask for it, and also appeal to me in advance for the strength to be able to endure once the chaos starts. For you will be able to achieve much in unity with me, but you will remain weak and helpless if you rely on your own strength and presume not to need divine help. For I myself will be with everyone who calls upon me in his adversity. Amen.